Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on our YouTube account. I got my tissues here. I have my hot tea, that is right. No coffee today. Unfortunately, I do have COVID, so we're kind of been quarantined here. Kind of doing our thing. Not feeling the best, but not feeling bad, so my heart goes out to everyone. Went to the doctors on Wednesday. It's been 5 days at this point, so everything is doing good so far. Thought it was just a little bit of a bug, a little bit of a flu. Again, kind of crazy to think that it's been 3 years and it has never happened, and now it did. So definitely getting through it. Just feel little hot flashes every now and then, a little bit of a sore throat. But other than that, yeah, it's been going pretty well. So because of that, over the last week, I really haven't done much with the accounts. I was kind of just keeping up with them, doing the dailies, making sure that we go through. So I saved for the last 7 days. So it has been 7 days that we have saved everything. You can see I have 16,000 diamonds over the course of 7 days. Most of you are well aware, guys, between the Prosperous Quest, which we're getting loot every single day, Sacred Dawn, we're getting loot, and then all of the events we have in here, guys. There is so much going on in AFK Arena. And we also added in the Isle of Gold last night, which I'm going to do the video today. Didn't actually have any time or really the ambition to do it last night, but we are definitely doing good here. I want to go through and look at my bag. So guys, in the course of 7 days, looking here, guys, we have quite a bit. Now I know I do have both of the Noble Societies, but this is what we've accumulated in the course of 7 days. So we got some time emblems, farmed up some Stargazer scrolls. But looking down here, guys, look at the chests that we got out of here. Again, thinking about the events, thinking about even going through, there's a lot of chests here. We get a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just batch select and look at all the stuff in here in the course of a week through so many different game modes that this game offers. Even in the course of the week, we got 13 chests here. We got 45 here, 45 here. So I want to go through and see, this is 26,000 essence itself, 30,000, 39, just adding these on with the EXP. Now, if you guys have been playing, what's going on, Lux? If you guys have been playing this game for a while, there is no point probably in the last 4 years that you have gotten this absolute insane amount of loot on a regular basis. I know we have a lot of heroes right now. I know we have a lot going on. But in the course of a week, even when you look at a month, and I believe on a year, they did a spreadsheet for the yearly diamond accumulation. It was over 800,000 diamonds that AFK Arena gives you as a free-to-play player in the course of a year, which is incredible. It is absolutely incredible how much. And also going into 2023, they have said they're going to do more. They're going to do a lot more. They heard, a lot of the things that we've talked about. And this one, I'm actually going to go with baits in here. I'm still trying to build out and continue building out those beasts. 7 days, of course, with my deluxe monthly card. 7 days accumulates 7 additional time emblems. Now we get 1 out of the shop every day. We get 1 out of our chest every day. 30 in total. Going to be interesting to see when they add them to the store. When they add them to the guild store, exactly what that's going to look like. If it's going to be 1 or 2 a month. If it's going to be 1 that you can get a day. Again, we're still waiting for a lot of clarifications on different things right now, on how AFK Arena is going to approach this with the issues with the time emblems and also with the awakened heroes. And then with the beast, they've all kind of been addressed with the beast resonance. I think it does make a very big difference with the beast resonance. That way you don't have to build so many beasts. And the big thing with the beast resonance is when there's a new beast released, if you're at level 6, if you're at level 9, they automatically go to that level. So you don't have to continuously keep kind of recycling your baits to build the other ones out there, which again is a really, really cool aspect. Master Choice Chest. I'm going to go with some engraving mats in here. Emblem Choice Chest. A lot of this out of the Treasure Scramble as well. We've gotten this out of the Treasure Scramble. A lot of these chests also came out of the Prosperous event we have going on right now with the boss fights. Again, there's a lot. Guys, there is a lot going on. And if you see, I'm picking up some poke coins. I usually don't recommend poke coins. Same with the engraving or the baits. I usually don't pick up the baits. But there's so much that we're trying to do right now with so many of these heroes. And it looks like it didn't even open, like half the chest, it didn't even open. All right. What's going on, Peter? All right, guys. All right, so we're going to continue with our power level. Now, one of the things that I do want to note, and I'll show you guys in a couple minutes, when it comes to the tower progression, the towers have been just absolutely not making any progression, whatever, guys. I've went through 2 or 3 floors over the course of probably about a week. I feel like I'm at the point where I need a lot more levels, or I do need specific heroes built to really continue to make the tower progression. So I'm hoping that with gaining a couple more levels today that I can make, even here's the Grand Hunt chests, that I can make some more progression, guys. I have to continue to farm the Stargazer cards. Now, if you've seen the thumbnail for the video, we do have Kinesa. So we've been building Kinesa. We've been really focused on building Kinesa. Kinesa is still in some of the Cursed Realm comps. And Kinesa is also super, super prevalent when it comes to the Treasure Scramble, super prevalent. Cursed Realm still in there, even in some of the best in slot teams when it comes to our Grand Hunt. Also with some of the boss fights, we've seen Kinesa showing up in a majority of places. Now, since we almost have Kinesa done, we're at 875 right now, we look at Vithiel. And when you think of Kinesa and when you think of him in the utility aspect of it, we are seeing the exact same thing with Vithiel. He is in Treasure Scramble, absolutely. Cursed Realm, he is in, and I believe within one of the Twisted Realms, he was in there. PvP, he is in. It seems like they're putting out a lot of heroes that are being used with a lot of utility in a lot of aspects of AFK Arena, which is good and bad. The good thing is we're actually seeing the heroes being used. Bad thing is, of course, that means some other heroes are kind of sunsetted. Even looking right now with, I believe, Dark Namora, it seems like more real is out. What's going on, Winnie? It seems like they've kind of dropped more real out of there as well, which is unfortunate because I know a lot of players have been building Moriel. Now, she does still have a really solid place within the Celestial Tower. Vithiel, absolutely, Celestial Tower is going to be huge for him, which it is from what we have seen. But Moriel will still have a place. But again, it seems like a lot of the heroes like that are kind of losing their footing in their priorities that we've seen within AFK Arena. Let's go ahead. We'll pop open some of our stones here. Hopefully we can get an Awakened Hero. We're waiting. I only need 1 star for Alna. Then I'm moving for the new Celestial. That's what a lot of people are doing, Ahmed, is they're skipping over building Kinesa and Rook. And that's what a lot of players have kind of done. Especially if you don't have the Awakened version of Talene, you're going to find that you have to have Vithiel in there for the damage, for the buffers, all of that. If not, it's going to be really, really hard pressed to get through there. You have a date for when Belinda and everything comes to live servers. Colin, it'll be Tuesday. So 2 more days, guys. The Awakened version of Belinda will be up. They always do patch notes on Monday, Colin. And then Tuesday, they actually come up with the... it actually goes live. It'll go live on Tuesday, which is usually at the reset on Tuesday. Boom. Copy of Palmer. That's actually not bad, guys. Palmer... we can look at Palmer in a minute. I've gotten some questions about him lately. These stones, we have 7 more stones. This is the second half of the Misty Valley. And again, looking at where a lot of those chests came from in the last week, the Grand Hunt, the Prosperous Quest, the Misty Valley, the Temporal Rift, there's been a lot of places to get a lot of chests out of here. So here we get Aziz, not too bad. We got Kren, so the rest of it just food. But I believe that copy of Aziz will take him to 1 star, maybe? Might take him to 2 star down. Pretty limited within the Challenger store on who we still have in there. So building those out, absolutely. But if you look here, guys, we have enough for plus 30 engraving, plus 60 engraving, which is good. We also do have the chest, which means we can finish out Kinesa and Rook to that plus 30 signature item. There we go, which is where we wanted to build him, guys. Kinesa and Rook, again, is a hero that I am very, very impressed with the survivability from a tanking aspect. Utilizing him within the Hypogen Tower has worked incredibly well. He's tough to kill. With the crowd control, he is a very, very tough hero to kill. I don't mind spending a bit. Alna and Lucy are built, twins and Mortis. Should I go for Vithiel? Honestly, Marco, probably Vithiel. We're seeing his utility everywhere. And seriously, guys, when you look at Vithiel, if you're literally just looking for a new hero to build, even looking within the Grand Hunt, most of the leaderboard teams within here are running Vithiel, because not only does he do a considerable amount of damage, right there, is he buffs up everybody else's damage. So that's really, if you're looking to build the Celestial, if you're looking to build a tank, even looking, I mean, he's a little bit less damage than Frampton, but again, when you look at Brutus, when you look at Frampton, even Kanisa and Rook within this formation, Vithiel is providing buffs to all of them. So not only did Vithiel do 12.66 billion damage within this formation, Vithiel also buffs up the damage that Frampton's doing, the damage that Brutus is doing, so on and so forth. And he is being used in Cursed Realm. I don't know any iterations of the Cursed Realm that he's not being used, again, because of the damage that he puts out, but in addition to the buffs that he provides to everybody else. Yeah, I like Vithiel. And again, if you're similar to me, guys, when you look at the King's Tower, I do not have the Awakened version of Talene fully built. I have her a little bit lower than being fully built. I believe I have her at Mythic Plus at this point. Hopefully we can change that today. But I am still lacking damage in here. By far, guys, these teams, I tried this for hours and hours and hours. What's going on, Jordan? I tried so hard to get through here, even went through a bunch of the winning formations. Even a lot of them are at a much lower level, but you'll notice a lot of them either have Vithiel, look at that, 37.87 billion damage as the tank within a formation. Crazy. It's crazy, not only, again, buffing everybody else, but the damage that he is putting out is very, very high, which is the reason why so many players are building him. Yes, Marco, I absolutely, so many heroes to build, it doesn't end. That's one of the big things, guys. Even though we just got Kanisa and Rook, I'm going to add 1 star on Kanisa because the engraving factor in here. And I'm gonna actually, let me know what you think. I'm thinking, because if we add a star on Kanisa and Rook, we have the engraving mats, but right now we're saving the engraving mats for the Awakened version of Talene to unlock the rest of her. So I think, and this is what I've done before with other heroes. We did this, if you guys remember, way back with Zafriel. I'm saving the engraving mats to put on the Awakened version of Talene. So even if I added another star to Kanisa and Rook, I'm not going to have the ability to engrave it. He's literally just going to sit there without the engraving. What's going on, Mickey? So the big part is, if I do build him, if I do put a star on him, he's just going to sit without the engraving mats, because we also do have Mulan. We also do have, again, we have Talene coming up, and I also want to build Palmer. So the big thing with Palmer, guys, is the plus 30 engraving on him, and this is why we've talked about it before. So if you look here, reading the description, 1 stack of faith up to 10 stacks. Each stack of faith adds 3% to attack and defense. So 1 stack of faith up to 10 stacks. However, Palmer is being used as a buffer across an incredible amount of places, which means that if you give him the plus 30 engraving, now his stack of faith can go up to 15, which means it's not going to stop at this 10 stacks of 3x3. It's going to go to 15 stacks of 3x3, meaning his damage amplification is going to go up theoretically another 15%, which is huge, which is absolutely huge for him, because he is a buffer, guys. That is why Palmer is being used in so many different formations. The furniture on him does really well. The plus 30 engraving on him does the same. It actually allows him to stack to 15 instead of stacking to 10, which gives you those 5 extra stacks when you're building him up. Again, engraving on him, going to be a priority. I kind of break down the priorities with the heroes I have. Would you prioritize Vithiel or Orthos? Orthos is great with Talene, but Orthos you have to have built. Talene you have to have built. in Orthos, it doesn't really seem to be using that many places anymore. Even a lot of the most current comps, Winnie, Talene is actually running without Orthos. So we've actually seen quite a few where Talene can get more damage without Orthos. It's still being used. I mean, the viability is still there. It still works. But again, we're seeing a lot of the Talene comps that don't have Orthos, just because we're to the point where if you put Talene and Vithiel in a battle, the buffs that he is going to bring can outweigh what Talene's going to bring. It kind of crazy, kind of different. Can't keep up with anything. Yeah, I know. That's it, Crack and Crunch. And again, we limit it, guys. Even this month, I think I've spent like $40. I think it's around $40. I still keep it under that 100 and below cap is my ultimate goal, guys, for this. We're getting there. It's a slow build, guys. You know what? This game wouldn't have the same meaning to me, honestly, Kraken. If I just put $1,000 in it a month and built everyone and had them completely built, there'd be a point where there's not really that much to do, because if I need something in here, I can just go ahead and buy it. Or if I'm having issues with a certain level, I can just go ahead and put some money into it. I like being a dolphin or a small goldfish, whatever you want to call it, within the game, because again, not only is the financial commitment not there that I'm spending an absurd amount of money in the game, but it also gives me something to work towards every single time I play it. And in 4 years, I think that's exactly why I've made, continuous solid progression in this game, is there's always something to build for. That's kind of one of the big things. What's going on, Matthew? All right, guys, so let's get into some summons. We'll do some furniture. We'll do some hero building in here. Hopefully make some more progression through the campaign, guys. Campaign this week I'm kind of considering a wash, but look at that, guys. That's 1 level. That is 2 levels already, which is awesome. Now we're right back to needing more essence, but that takes us to 683, making a lot more progression in there. And then the heroes that we summoned. I also got lucky with another copy. I used stone for the other little side game that they have. I did a summon and we got another copy of Salakai, which was awesome. So Palmer, we're adding another star to. Salakai I can build out because, of course, we're sitting on a lot of different food. So right there is legendary. And Salakai is actually showing up in a lot of different formations. There's Mythic. There's another signature item we're going to have to build. There's Mythic Plus. So we're 4 copies from having Salakai up to Ascended. And almost everybody else is done, guys. We have 1 more star to add here, and every Graveborn short of the Awakened one is completely done. And then Aziz, look at that, 2 stars on Aziz. Even some of the older Celestials and Hypogeans are starting to add more stars on, which is awesome. And of course, we have pretty much a majority of them done. Yeah, that's my thought, Billy, is you really get that sense of accomplishment, the slow building games. Again, if I came in here and I just bought everything, I don't even think I'd still be playing. I really don't think I would still be playing if I just bought everything in here. I couldn't see me do it. Wait, so they're adding, yes. So they're adding, that is one of the updates that they're adding, Kraken. So not only are you going to be able to buy time emblems here, they're adding time emblems to the guild store. Again, we don't know what variety it's going to be, what quantity it's going to be is really going to be the big thing. If they're going to show up here randomly, if it's going to be just sitting up top. So they're adding time emblems to the guild store that you can buy. Again, we don't know how often, if it's going to be, let's say, 1 a day. 1 a day, and at what cost? Because with the guild coins, if you're getting 1 a day, I don't even know at what point would that have to be so cheap that you're getting enough guild coins in a day. If it's going to be, a couple a month, we don't know yet. There are still a lot of different things. That's what I'm wondering, if it's going to be 4 per month. I would like to see if they did like 10 per month. And you know what? If you can get it, if you can buy it, great, buy it. I don't want them to just add like this and it be 2 per month. And then literally you just sit on our guild coins because you have nothing else to do with them. But I would definitely like to see them add it in there in a way that you might not be buying them every month. I would like to see it. Yeah, we've talked about that too, Peter. If they'd go for a a little bit more of a relaxed release, like let's say instead of not every 2 weeks, they did every 3 weeks. I think even adding in another week kind of buffer in there would be game changing. If they went to a 3 week rotation, not a 2 week rotation. But we'll have to see exactly what they decide and what they come up with. All right, guys, so let's go ahead. We're going to do our summons. And again, in the course of a week, guys, 327 companion points, 65 scrolls, 19 regular scrolls, 20,000 diamonds. And again, I don't know. Let me know if we should use our diamonds for Stargazing or if we should go ahead and build Salakai. So Salakai does need 4 copies, which we have 7 here because of our VIP level. Salakai, or should we go? Now again, I'm going to pause on building Kinesa and Rook. I'm going to put Vithiel in here just for the simple fact we do not have them. When I get enough engraving mats, I'm going to do those last 2 summons for Kinesa and Rook, unless we do get them randomly. But there's not a big reason, again, to add that star on Kinesa and Rook when I don't have any engraving mats to do anything with them. So we got a Salakai there, guys. We got 1 for Salakai. I just hit 90 days in the game. Chapter 31 is a pain. Yes, you'll get into a point, Curview, that when you start getting multiple teams is literally the brick wall of AFK Arena. Essence will always be a trouble. Building heroes will always be fun to do. Stargazing will always be a pain when it wants to be. But we got 2 for the Scam Gazer. Oh, well, 1 for the Scam Gazer and 1 for the Stargazer. But again, we could build out Salakai, which could be the progression within the Mauler Tower. But if we build out Vithiel, that could be the progression in the Celestial Tower. The Gazing is funner. There we go. So the Gazing is funner, guys. You know what? Let's switch this over. I'm going to switch this over to the Maulers just because we do have a couple. I wonder if, because looking here, guys, we have Palmer. Palmer needs 3 stars. He is done. We have Salakai, only one that honestly needs copies. Everyone else here is already at Ascended. Even here, already Ascended at 4 stars. That's all we need, guys. And then we're done. Stargazing. 0 is going Stargazing. Yeah, I want to see a little bit better rates, especially with the amount. Stargazing is the spicy content. Save the diamond conversion for the Time Gazer. Yeah, diamonds I get on a regular income, Dean. I'm not worried about that because we do buy a couple cards. And if you guys know, I'll show you. I get a lot of questions on what I buy in here. So there's only really 2 things I buy, guys. Or wait, we got, oh, they're free loot for Palmer. There we go. And then all of the loot for Salakai. There's really only 2 focuses in here. I buy the monthly cards, so I buy the monthly cards in the deluxe, so it could be counted as 2. They give you diamonds every day. So you can see we do get diamonds out of this one. I get the cards every day, which is good. That is a total of, I believe, 20 bucks. And the Noble Society, I buy the Champions of Espria, and I buy the Twisted Bounties. I do not buy the Regal Rewards because I don't really need the heroes. But overall, that is it. So this is another, what, 50? So here's 60, 70. That's all I buy. So that equates to $70. That is roughly what I buy. Every now and then, if I have a deal that comes up, I might buy it. But normally I do not. Normally I just stick with my $100 or less budget. Even if it carries over a little bit, that's fine. Because if we bought a hero like Mulan, carries over a little bit, which is good. What's going on, Jaffa? And Raphael is here. Man, it's been a while since I've played and seen a stream. Oh, what is going on? I just got my swap scroll. Should I swap 1 star Chimera for Rowan or Palmer? Palmer you can't do yet. In Palmer you have to wait. So for the swap scroll to work, Dane, the hero has to be out of the advanced ship. So you still have 20 days till you can swap for Palmer. So 1 star Chimera, as long as you don't have them engraved. If you have the hero engraved, you cannot use the swap scroll. So I hope you did not engrave Chimera in any form, or you can no longer use the swap scroll. Rowan, still my absolute favorite hero. I might have to pick a new one. As much as I have the love and support for Rowan, I haven't used Rowan in a long time, guys. It kind of sucks, but yes, he really, really I don't really use him very much at all, where Palmer I use every day. I would swap for Palmer out of that, the 1-star Shamira versus Palmer. You're going to have to wait, again, another 3 weeks for Palmer before you can actually do the swap. Pokecoin's the best value. No. So the big thing with the Noble Societies, guys, in here, I got the Pokecoins because when you look at my furniture, and we can do the furniture summons in just a minute. I'm getting a little sidetracked. Pokecoins are not the best choice, but what I do is, what does my account need? So right now, I know I need Mulan with furniture. I need Kanisa and Rook with furniture. I need the Awakened version of Talene with furniture. There's a lot of heroes in here that I need with furniture that I need to finish. So with the Noble Societies, it actually gives me the flexibility to go back and forth on what I need. Because essentially what I'm doing, and this is honestly any gacha games, any pay-to-win games, this just allows me to go through content faster based on what I need. If there are primary meta heroes that I'm missing furniture on, absolutely building out the furniture faster makes a big difference, because there's a couple that I need to remain competitive. Cursed Realm, Twisted Realm, Grand Hunt, things of that nature. A couple of heroes in there that I don't have furniture for at all. It does really depend, looking at your choices, what you need. For a majority of time, I did my Twisted Essence. Baits, I don't feel like are a huge one, but again, with the Beast Resonance that came in, guys, baits could actually be a very, very good point to getting all of your beasts up to level 6 or up to level 9. Again, just because they do have an impact. They really do have an impact. But let's get back to the summons, guys. So let's see. So we need 4 copies of Salakai, which we're not going to get. We're going to save it for the Stargazer. But I'm going to go through here. I'm going to burn my regular ones. We're getting there. We are absolutely getting here, guys. Salakai will be built, but I have 3 weeks. If I don't get Salakai within 3 weeks, I'm actually not going to be able to get the avatar, the animated avatar. So we'll have to see. There we go, guys. There is copy of Golas. Not too bad there. What's going on? V Fireworks Sword. Thank you for the banana. I like it. Thank you for the super chat. That is awesome to see. I believe that super stickers. Again, I'm not too clear on it. But that is very, very cool to see. Thank you for the donation to the channel. All right, guys. Awakened Heroes. We want to get an Awakened Hero. I can't even tell you, as much as you guys watch, how long it's been since we have seen an Awakened Hero from these regular summons. I can't even, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's been months at this point since we have seen an Awakened Hero in the Common Scroll summons. Even the stones, I've still only seen that one single copy. There's a copy of a star, which I believe she's not at 5 stars yet. Another elite right there, guys, which is Movis. Love seeing some copies of Movis. Just more food to recycle. Our final one, again, no Awakened Heroes. Maybe there will come a time when we get them back. But I feel like if we focus on the Maulers, that we're going to get some copies of him. Eventually, we're going to get the copies of him. Stargazer, oh look, big Pausio, 30,000 diamonds, and Nevi in there as well, but look at that, 30,000 diamonds. All right, guys, so we got a Vithiel in there, and then we need 2 copies of Talene. That is all we need, guys. This is going to bring us closer. Absolutely getting closer. Every single summons we do, which it looks like not going to get a copy today, but we are closer. Been popping off with several Celestial Hypogens. I hope so. I hope that is the case, that we're going to get some sooner or later. We only need 2. We only need 2. And there's one, guys. Boom. There is one. Very nice. That gives us 1 copy away. 1 single copy away with 3 cards. Could we do it? That is really, really close. What's going on, Shot Gaming? All right, guys, we need 1. We have 3 cards. If not, it's going to be another week. We did it! No way! Back-to-back single Talene pulls. Guys, that is unheard of. That is streaming luck to the greatest. Wow. That is... I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked. That is double Talene pulls, singles back to back with our cards. Wow. That takes her to Ascended. That is incredible. That takes her to Ascended, guys. I'm saving the last two. I'm going to save the last two because now we have, even looking here who's built, we have Baden, we have Belinda. That is awesome, guys. That is, wow. We had 25 cards coming in. We used 23. We got our 2 copies. That is awesome. Now we can go and we can get her Ascended. Now Vathiel's going to have to be backseated. Maybe they don't want us building a Vathiel. That's what I'm feeling, because there is our copy, and there she is, guys, up to Ascended, just like that, up to Ascended. Wow, that is awesome. We didn't get them in the summons, which was okay because we got it in the build. We got it in the time emblems, guys. I am still shocked. That is crazy. And that's what I'm thinking. Vathiel's going to have to wait. I'm going to have to add that star onto Talene, guys. And that takes Peanut to 5 stars too, which means we're going to have to drop her out of here. Look at that. So we are almost done with everybody, guys. We are very, very close to almost having a majority. Now, granted, we don't have them all engraved, everything like that. But there's Talene, guys. Let's see. So now we have Talene in here, which is right there. All right, so we need, what, 3 copies in here. Let's see. Yes, absolutely, guys. That was totally, totally unreal. But we need 3. We need 3 copies in here, 65 plus 4. We got about 100 cards in here, but we need 3 copies of Talene. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. In here, I would love getting the diamonds. Diamonds would work as well because we can use them in here now to build her. And I was trying to think when we got that last copy of Kanisa and Rook. I was trying to think when we got a copy. See here, they're not going to give us nothing. Look at that. Let's see. Maybe the trick is in the singles, guys. I'm going to use these last couple cards. There's a copy. There's 1 down. Very nice. So that is 1. I know, Tech. I feel it. I can't even believe that literally just happened. That is incredible. So there's 1. I was going to say, if we do it again, it's broken. I'm done if we pull 2 copies in here with single pulls in the Stargazer. All right, so we got 1, so we need 2 more copies. We got 4 pulls. Not even going to say it can't happen after what just happened, but that was awesome to see, guys. That was amazing. A couple more cards. Final pull gives us just the 1. All right, I'm okay, though. You know what, guys? After getting her up to that Ascended level, because now we can add her in. Now we can put furniture on her. Big, huge buff to building out the tower with her, which is awesome. Yeah, that's three copies. The luck is there, guys. I am very, very happy. Before we started, I heard some people talking about they're bringing the streamer luck on this one, and thank you for bringing the streaming luck, because that was absolutely needed, guys. With Belinda coming soon, we just have Baden and Belinda left for the Awakened Heroes. So as we continue to build all of these heroes out, we're going to be able to make a lot of progression in levels for the towers. That was the other big thing, making sure that we can make power progression. Absolutely. Yep, single powers Billy, the single pulls Billy, definitely very overpowered. Let's see where my Celestial Tower is 5. I don't know what they're going to do with the tower yet, guys. If you're like me, a lot of the floors are now filled in their entirety. I have Kanisa and Rook hanging out over here, just for the simple fact we don't have any more room in other towers. The towers have started literally just merging together. But I think with Talene, we have a lot of her built, if I remember, furniture-wise. Go ahead and put her in the bottom. Optimize. We have, look at that, 3, 6. We have 7 of 9 already, guys. which is awesome. That is very, very cool to see, guys. We're going to be able to max out. Now, remember, specifically with the Awakened Heroes, guys, you have to engrave them. You have to build them out. You don't have a choice not to, because they're missing half of their skills and abilities if you don't. That is really the big thing to remember. Tresnar, I need to build out. Even Orin, I need to build out. Mulan, we're working on. Kanisa. And then, of course, Salakai is much higher. I don't think I have any additional furniture right now. With putting those in, we have nothing. So that is perfect. Who are you rolling with next for time emblems? I'm going to wait. So the big thing, and this is a really, really good rule of thumb, Maria, to live by, is save up your cards till you have roughly, I would say 200 to 300 cards. Because if not, you're going to spend a very, very, very slow build for the heroes. So if you can get 300 cards, you can probably get at least a Mythic Plus, possibly within those 300 cards. At least usually Mythic with 300, and versus building a bunch of different heroes. That's really the good way to do it. So right now, we know Baden is out there. We know Belinda is out there. Baden, I merc every single week, so I'm not too worried about building Baden because, again, there's not a big need because I can merc them. So I literally use the Awakened version of Baden within the Cursed Realm, which I have a fully built merked version, which that's the way you can kind of pick and choose who you want to build. So even when you look at the heroes that I borrow, I have Vithiel in here. Again, if I need him utility-wise, I had the Awakened version of Talene in here, which again, I'm going to drop out now because I have one that's going to work enough for what I need her for. And then the Awakened version of Baden will actually be right here. That way we know who we're building. So what I've done is systematically through here is I had never built the Awakened version of Talene because of the cost. They're very, very expensive to build. So I left Talene unbuilt intentionally because I borrow her every single week from players that did. It offsets one of the heroes. For a lot of players, that might be the Awakened version of Brutus. Making sure that you can merc the Awakened version of Brutus every single week just because of his utility. Now, I know there are a couple game modes where it can't be used and you can't use the merked version, but when it comes to Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm, making sure that you're merking the heroes that you are not building is really the way. So you can focus on the hero you want to build. I wait till I get cards. Again, there's not a big, the only one I'd say probably building without cards would be the Awakened version of Solus, just because she works without being completely built. Is Mulan a game changer? As of right now, Pika, I don't use Mulan for anything. I haven't used Mulan yet, guys. I've been slowly building and accumulating her gear. It has taken just time to build up her gear, but it is getting there. And yes, the Awakened heroes are still very expensive, guys. But look, in the course of 7 days, through all of the chests, through the Noble Society, 50,000 Pokecoins. And again, a lot of heroes in here that we want to build out, including that Awakened version of Talene. Absolutely want to build out, which there's a copy for Nevi. We need 2 right now. Complete. There's a second copy. What was Nevi at? Got double copies. I thought 4, 5, 6. So she's not close enough. But this will give us the 2 cards we need to at least finish out the Awakened version of Talene, which means we can swap. There's another one. They want me to build Nevi right now, guys. She's another one. Engraving on her, the plus 60 engraving on her is really good. But again, there's so many heroes to build. There is literally just a plethora of heroes that need to be built, that need the engraving. It's just going to take time. It will really take time. I can't mark them because my friend doesn't have them built. Honestly, G-Ball, look at a bunch of different places. Make sure, guys, like we do here, I'll look in a minute. Make sure that you are monitoring your friends list every day, every 2 days, whatever it may be. Make sure you are monitoring and adjusting your friends list. Guys, it is probably one of the big areas in the AFK arena that I feel players miss, just because a lot of people coming and going in the game just keep the list active. There's a copy for Salakai. All right. So we're finishing out Talene, which is good. So I can finish her out, drop her out. There she is. So 2 for her. That gives her the 9 of 9. And I don't think we had anyone else at the 8. We're going to have to recycle, see what we can do. But this one, I'm going to drop my Celestial out. I'm going to put in my Celestial right back in. So Vithiel will be there because we know once we get the Awakened version of Talene with the star that Vithiel is going to go in. So we already know that. Regardless of who comes, guys, Salakai's in there. We still need more for Kinisa. What do we got? 7, 7. We have nobody at 8 for this final card. Let's see if we can recycle and get one more pull. And it's a mythic. It is Reznar. I'm going to leave the other card on the table. Usually because, I mean, that'll just take him to 5. I wait till we get at least enough cards to kind of build them out. But Treznar is another one, guys. A lot of utility. A lot of utility in a bunch of different game modes. What would be the best investment for Palmer, Nevi, and Anasta? Palmer is really the 20930 for Palmer Chaos. Works incredibly well. The plus 30 engraving on there. Nevi, unfortunately, needs to be built. Plus 20 signature item on Nevi will work, but the furniture and the plus 60 engraving on Nevi. And Anasta's another one, guys. Anasta is a hero used with an incredible amount of utility. The plus 30 on her will work. The plus 60 on her is really good because of the damage reduction. That's really the big thing, is she can stack this damage reduction high. Again, with so many heroes requiring the builds, I took her to a plus 30. That's where I'm going to leave her. She works for all functional purposes that I use her for. She works, and she works very, very well. Would I love to put plus 60 engraving on her? Absolutely. Do I have the mats for it? No, I do not. That's kind of the problem. What are you doing at 30K subs? I was thinking of doing probably a membership giveaway and try to include everybody we have in the stream, is what I'm thinking. What's going on, Andres? And Chris is here as well. That's what I was thinking. I might do something more. I don't know. We've thrown around a couple ideas. I was talking to Javid a little bit. Kind of doing some ideas. We've done gift cards in the past. We've done giveaways in the past. We've done quite a bit. Gift cards, guys, if you do not know, it is an absolute literal nightmare to try to get gift cards across country lines in different places. It's crazy. It's crazy difficult to do. What's going on, Turtle? Yeah, it has been just, I don't even know how much time and effort or even money that I've spent trying to get gift cards in different countries and making sure they work and all of that. A lot of times, I know even Vulcan, when I talk to him, does about the same. If they do the giveaways, it's easier to just shoot the money PayPal. Yep, Crack and Crunch, that is exactly it. Just doing it PayPal, there were a couple players that didn't accept PayPal, so that didn't work either. Again, there's been some definite opportunities. If I could hop on YouTube and give you money and YouTube just paid you, it would make my life incredibly easy. But again, a lot of people, depending on the country, couldn't take PayPal. A lot of different stuff. All right, guys. So the pets. So I'm going to give you a rundown kind of what I'm doing here with the pets. So the Wing Lion is 12. We have Blade Ridge at 9. You can see all of the other ones at 6 because of the resonance. Now, the big thing to note is how many copies I have. So the Fire Breather, I have 1 copy of. The Rock Lizard, I have none. The Owl, I have 1. Bolero, I have none. I have 2 already of Talisman, and I think all of the other ones are at 0, which means we're trying to take our resonance to 9. So the ones that I have copies of, so the Fire Breather, the Owl, and Talisman are the ones I'm doing the summons on because we are trying to get them to 9 as fast as possible. Once I get one of these to level 9, I am focusing on getting the Winged Lion all the way up to 18 is my focus. So again, once we kind of step-by-step process the beast resonance in here, it's just taking time. So these are the 3 that we're working on. We're working on the Fire Breather, scratches his belly if you click him. Talene, which has the Firecracker that she burns herself. And then, of course, the Flutter Plume. So I'm going to do the summon for those 3. Goal is getting them to 9. How much pity for the Temple of Time? I think it's 65. I think it is still 65. Swap scrolls, I'm hoping soon. I'm hoping they do an Awakened Hero swap scroll. I would have Baden built, which would be very, very cool. Why not just buy the things for them? Yep, tried that, Merkel. Trust me, we went through a lot. We went through a lot to get it done. I was saving for an entire year. I did my summons to reach the coins for Milan. Should I save or don't try because I want to open up everything? Get the heroes for free. Absolutely. Guys, the dimensional heroes, get them for free. Without a doubt, priority number 1, getting those heroes for free because you'll have them forever. I even think in the garrison accounts that I have to garrison, it's a pain that every 30 days I have to go borrow them again. It is an absolute pain. So there is the 3 that we are looking for, guys. There is another one of Talisman. One of the Fire, or the Plume, or Owl. Another one of Talisman. Talisman, I believe that would take 7. So we still need, yeah, we need a lot. Guys, this is just going to take a long time. Because once we get Talisman up to 9, we're going to drop Talisman out. And then continue building. There's our Fire Breather. We have 1 here. So again, Talisman's at what, 7 with 1 copy. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more in here. So that'll take Talisman to 8. So again, once I get Talisman to 9, I'm going to swap in the Winged Lion because we want to take the Winged Lion all the way to 18. And then the other 2, the Owl will go to 9, the Fire Breather will go to 9, then everybody will go to 9, which will be awesome. So the Residents will actually go to 9. Yeah, I love the Residents. I think this is one of the coolest aspects. And what a lot of players don't realize about this, guys, is when you look at the big picture of getting these, it's not so much the Residents, getting them all to level 6, getting them all to level 9, so on and so forth. The big thing with the Beast Residents, guys, is when a new Beast is released, you just need 1 copy. 1. That is it. So if I have all of these up to, let's say, level 9, a new Beast comes, well, now the new Beast would be at level 1, and I would have to summon and summon and summon and summon and use an asinine amount of bait to get that 1 Beast, specifically if I could, up to level 9. This is a game changer, guys. Honestly, I know a lot of players say I don't like how they did it. Could they have done it better? Possibly. But absolutely, guys, this is huge. Some of these beasts that I did not have at 6, I didn't have the Owl at 6, Vespero wasn't at 6, Bella wasn't at 6, makes a big difference. Makes an absolute difference. Now, again, you're going to need a lot less resources. That's really the big thing, guys, is the resource acquisition for this game mode went down tenfold because of just needing a specific amount of beasts. It's incredible how much easier it is to build them. Marco, it's huge. It's a game-changing improvement to the Beast Grounds. Now, again, they continue to add more in it. Now, if you guys seen the patch notes, when it comes to the ship, they hurt us. We talked about the ship. We talked about the trials. So the Hunter's notes, their abilities or their 80 times that you can actually use it. So your challenges are no longer going to be shared with the Fantastic Beasts, which is good. And this is also going to be made much, much easier. So once they do the update to this, guys, you can go through, you can collect all your stars, you can collect all your loot. Perfect. It's going to be much, much easier to get through here. And again, the challenges are going to be separate. Lilith listens, guys. Out of all the games that I have played, and all the time, that I have played video games, they listen to everything we say. Might not be as fast as we want it to be, especially with the Awakened Heroes, which we got through the first year of Awakened Heroes. Talene was actually launched, I believe, January 3rd. of 2022, but they do change it. What day is Awaken Belinda going to be released? Tuesday. 2 more days, Beacon. Patch notes always come up on Monday, and then Tuesday you do get the release. So it should be another 2 days. Tomorrow should be our patch notes going up on global, and then Tuesday or the day after, depending where you are. Once you see the patch notes, it's the next day. It's always the next day. So here, today is Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Patch notes come up. Tuesday, hero drops. So about 35 hours. Thanks, Pogo. Every 3 summons should give us a beast copy like the Tavern. Yeah, I know, G-Ball. It takes a little bit more time to get them, but fundamentally with the resonance, it makes it easier to get them. It is really the big thing. So here, guys, again, resource-wise, we're just going to have to save. We're going to have to save. But I'm almost thinking, there's Wukong skin. Again, I saved everything on here, guys. Wukong, I like the skin. The skin here is really, really cool looking. Which unfortunately we don't have a chance, or we don't use Wukong, which kind of stinks. And look at that, the Beacon of Hope, a new subscriber. We are almost at 30,000, guys. We are so close to our 30,000 subscriber mark. It is incredible. Again, I love the skin. I love the Wukong skin. It's very, very cool looking. I just wish we used him. And still, speculation is saying Wukong and Flora might be the Awakened hero. I don't know. But we're going to have to wait and see exactly what that says. If they listen, they really should do something about the Awakened heroes that are very close in the release of the Awaken. Yeah, I think the release schedule, they're not going to change. But one thing they can affect huge is how often they give us resources. Would it really make a difference if they did 4 to 5 months, or if they did 2 months? If within 2 months they gave us enough resources to get the heroes? Maybe not fully built, maybe not fully maxed out, but again, they're dealing with the resource collection, the resource collection for the heroes we have. And again, free to play, even looking and free to play kind of leaderboard, the way that I see it, and I don't think he's on the stream. Javid is 100% free to play, guys. He has 2.5. Almost 3, I believe, is almost at completing his 3rd Awakened hero as a free-to-play player. So he's built half of them. Again, when you sub in the one that you're not building, so let's say theoretically through the Merc, you can get 4 built since they've been released. So in the course of a year, he's built almost 3 in their entirety. Big thing is, of course, going through the King's Tower, guys. Regularly making progression in here is a game changer. It is literally one of the absolute best places. I would push the towers. I would push the treasure scramble. I would push the cursed realm long before I waste my time and effort in the campaign. Absolutely. When will we get the swap scroll? Don't know, Dark Exodus. I don't know. They so far, I believe it was 2. I believe it was 2 swap scrolls that they have ever given us. It may have been 3 with Sonya, but I know 2 for sure. But like I was saying, there's very little. Even when we look at our loot, guys, look at the loot for chapter 45. You get 20 Stargazer cards. Okay, so 20 Stargazer cards, that is pushing 40 floors in the tower. Boom, Stargazer cards are done. In addition with that, through the towers, I would have gotten my red chest. I would have gotten more in those 40 floors than 20 red chests. Boom, those are covered. These don't really make a big difference. Your tier 3, tier 4 stones don't really make a big difference. You can get them out of the shop. If you have tier 3 gear, if you have tier 4 gear, again, doesn't really make a very big difference when it comes to your hero's ability to finish something or not finish something. So overall, looking at your rewards that you get out of the campaign, you can get almost all of that within 40 floors of a tower. Now, we also know that they're adjusting the towers, which means if you don't make 20 floors, they're adding another 20, adding another 20. So for instance, the other thing they're changing, which I love, because this is going to be a game changer when it comes to trio heroes. Now, this is the way that I see it, guys. So if you're going through the Tower of Light, and let's say I have progressed 0 floors, I can progress 20, it stops. If I do not make any progression in the Tower of Light, the next time Tower of Light comes up, I can now progress 40 floors. The next time the Tower of Light comes up, I can progress 60 floors. That is going to be capped at 60 floors. However, with the trio heroes like the Awakened version of Belinda, you can push through 60 floors in a tower with the new heroes. And again, think of the heroes we're going to be getting, the trio versions of every single faction, Celestials, Hypogeans, everything through the entire year. If you have it saved to push through 40 to 60 floors within these towers, because you get a fully built trio hero, even if you only push 20 floors, 30 floors, whatever, the loot is in here, guys. The loot is really in here. The game seems to add a lot more. Yeah, exactly. They do compensate quite a bit. Is there any way to engrave the No, the engraving reset, guys, I am still kind of looking for. I still have Thorn engraved. I would love to unengrave him, but I also built this guy that I've never used, which again, I would love to reset the Awakened heroes, which would be awesome. AFK rewards are higher. They are higher, but once you get to a point, they're not really that big. The difference in here in the AFK rewards don't make a big difference. That's why a lot of players choose not to push the chapter. Look, after this chapter, my next chapter is the identical rewards. So it doesn't really make a big difference. There's not enough in the campaign to spend your time and effort in there. But can you like give tips on the towers and how to build the heroes? Because I'm really stuck in the Mauler tower. So the Mauler tower is the most difficult. Guys, one of the big things that works incredibly well with the Mauler tower is running the Awakened version of Brutus, which you do have with Anasta. So these two go together like teacher and student, which is, if you guys know, that's what they are. They both go together incredibly well. So does Screg. Screg, if you have the 9 of 9 furniture, he actually yields himself to kind of an invade team. So they have an attack rating boost, also a damage mitigation, also an energy buff in combination with Anasta and the Awakened version of Brutus. Now you drop a hero like Salakai in there, works incredibly well on the buffing aspect. The combination of a couple different heroes, even if you put, let's say, Salakai in there, if you put Kren in there, still works incredibly well within the game modes, guys. The newer the heroes, unfortunately, the better they're performing for a majority of AFK Arena. When you look at making progression, when you look at tower progression, there's going to be a couple in there that really do. And when you look at who I have built, Brutus, the Awakened version of Brutus, Anasta, Kren, Antandra, these are really the main driving force in the tower, guys. These four heroes are the main driving heroes within the Mauler tower. And of course, because you have Brutus, you have Anasta, you have Kren, the higher you build them out, the better they perform. That's kind of the big thing. The higher, the better that you build them out, the better they're going to perform. But some heroes, like for instance, Antandra, needs her plus 60 engraving, guys. This is what makes her almost impossible to kill, is the plus 60 engraving. Without it, she will do well. 9 of 9 furniture on her, 100%, absolutely a priority, guys. She has to have her furniture built. If she doesn't work. She really doesn't work if you don't have her built. Similar to Kren, again, because he is a damage dealer, you have to have the hero built. If you don't have the hero built, the damage will not be there. You'll not be able to pass stages within the Mauler tower because you don't have the damage. It will not work. Yes, Kren's E60 deals directly with his survivability, which again is huge, guys. His plus 60 right here. While Kren uses this skill, any damage received is reduced by 50%. Guys, Kren has a 50% damage mitigation when he is most vulnerable to be killed. He actually runs forward to use this stupid concussion blast, and that is usually when he dies. With the 50% reduction, he will not die when he uses the concussion blast. A lot of players were asking why he doesn't work. It's because you don't have him at the E60. And I hear the exact same thing with Entendre. Why doesn't she work? It's because you don't have the E60. That is the way that it makes her similar to Isolde. She can actually heal as she does continuous damage, making her just a monster to kill. Brutus and Kren work great when Brutus slaps people into backline. Yep, and that's it. Brutus and Kren, there's a couple that work very good together. Rest of them will work, just like you said, Nemitsu will work. A lot of heroes will work in their entirety without being built out. That's the other big thing, guys, is even with any faction, is there are some heroes like Nemitsu fundamentally that will work. He will go ahead and he will buff up haste on usually Brutus if you put him in a formation. His totems will serve as a little bit of a distraction. Fundamentally, a majority of the heroes will work, and they will work well. But there are a couple, in primarily, again, the damage-dealing heroes that you have to have built. If you don't have the damage-dealing heroes built, they don't work. They don't work at all. Which again is kind of the tough. So the point that I'm stuck at, and I'll show you guys. So both of my towers, the 2 points that I'm stuck at is one, I have a damage dealer like Orin. I don't have Orin completely maxed out. I am missing his damage, guys. Not having his damage leaves me short for a third team. I'm seeing the exact same thing with Treznar. Not having the damage, the build of Treznar on the Graveborn side, Orin on the Wilder side. I cannot make it past either tower, which again, I've tried for literally days at this point. I'm at the progression level where if I don't have those two heroes built, they are the core carries for the teams. If you're missing some of the core carries, and I'll show you some of the examples, if you're missing some of the core carries for the teams, you're not going to make the progression. Awaken Solus I have right here, guys, 11.45 billion damage from Orin. Again, not having Orin, I don't have a replacement for the damage that he is putting out. And then, of course, here we still have the 5 pull, but Peanut doing really well. This is one of the missing factors. Identical scenario when I go to the Graveborn Tower, not having Treznar in here. Most every formation you look at runs Treznar, Thorn Cheese, of course. Don't have Awakened Baden, so unfortunately can't do that one. Also don't have Treznar. And Treznar comes up in a lot of different formations. Again, kind of missing that aspect. Yeah, Awakened Verk, I think that would be pretty cool. Can you quickly talk about the SI30 priorities? Yeah, honestly, SI30 priorities, guys, my priority, and it has been, is Scarlet. Scarlet would be my absolute plus 30 priority, guys, because she still has probably more utility maybe than right on par with the Awakened version of Brutus, but she can fill the damage dealing role in any team. If it's burst damage you need, if it's damage you need, if it's guild bosses, Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm, even if it's within the Temporal Rift, if it's within the Grand Hunt, if it's within any game mode, Scarlet can fill the bill for damage, and she puts it out so fast. That is the reason why I prioritize her. Every account that I built, I prioritize Scarlet because she has such a high damage threshold, which is the big reason. Yeah, levels are the other thing that I've been focusing on cracking to make a lot more progression in there. Yeah, Awaken Titus. That would be interesting. But yeah, I mean, when you go down the list, any Awakened hero, of course, plus 30 SIs. Scarlet, absolutely. Kren, damage-wise. Anasta, yes. Raku, Mishka, yes. Peanut, yes. Mishka doesn't really need it that much, but again, helps a lot. Looking in here, Oden, yes. Silas, yes, absolutely. Even going into Talene, yes. Alna, again, doesn't really need it. She needs the furniture. Halos, yes. Audrey, damage dealer, yes, absolutely. Lucretia, yes. Ainz, yes. Anyone who deals damage. Plus 20 signature items good. Plus 30 is always better just because of the sheer damage. Go E30 on Screg. Yeah, I thought about it. I don't really use Screg that much. I know this one is pretty good for the damage reduction aspect. But again, I have so many heroes that I have on a list, guys. I have such a big revolving list of heroes on who to build for the engraving aspect. My first one that I want to build, of course, I'm saving the mats to get my copy of Talene. Once I get my copy of Talene, we'll be good there. We'll be able to build her up with the engraving set. Then I want Palmer. Palmer, I'm going to go to the plus 30. Then we're going to have to decide Kanisa and Rook, or if we're going with Fathiel, depending on who we're kind of building from there. And by that time, we're going to also have to see who is going to be released. That's the other kind of part. E60 on Cred or Halos. I would do Halos. Big thing with Halos, guys, the plus 60 engraving on Halos is game changing. Literally, this is the regeneration, the energy regeneration that you have to have. And Halos has no limit. This is what makes Halos broken. And this is why Halos is still being used in so many different places, especially with the Awakened version of Belinda coming, because Halos gives energy. She buffs up from energy, which is huge, guys. And look at that. I didn't even notice. Big shout out to Ghost, another new sub to the channel. That's 2 that we have gotten so far. Let me do my membership giveaway. I almost forgot about it, guys. We're about done. We're just over an hour here. Let me do the membership giveaway, which we do this every time. Again, I'm thinking at 30,000 subscribers, we'll just do a massive giveaway when it comes to the membership. So let me hop on. We'll do the membership gifting. And I love doing this every single time we do it, or every time we do our live stream, guys, every single week. So there we go. So that should show up in just a minute. What's going on, Sono Res? There is our gifting membership. So it'll go out to a random viewer of the channel right now. So someone randomly in the live stream, and it looks like Nicholas, congratulations. You do get gifted the membership for this week. Again, we're coming up on 30,000 subscribers, guys. We're going to have to figure out exactly what we're going to do for it. But awesome to see, guys. We made a lot of progression in here. Temple Rift, I'm still waiting for the levels. I need 1 level, guys. I'm on level 16 right now. 17 will give me my 20 heroes, which means we can make some more progression in here. We'll actually have our 20th team to go into our defense forces. That is what we are waiting on, so we can continue to make our progression in here. I'm thinking in the next couple days. Also within the Grand Hunt, guys, it just reset, I believe, today. So now you have the ability to go in there. You got 5 more challenges. Push in here, guys. The rewards in here are phenomenal. Do not forget this. But remember, you have 7 more days. In the next 7 days, you'll be able to make quite a bit of progression when it comes to the beacons in here, guys. Make sure you wait. Make sure you wait probably 6 more days. Set a reminder, set a timer, set whatever. Wait about 6 more days, max out your beacons, use all your attempts, and then just be done with the Grand Hunt, guys. It'll close out itself. Try to score as best as you can in there, because it is very, very important to do. Thoughts on Kanisa and the new Celestial? Worth being a Stargazing priority? Yeah, it seems right now, again, Vithiel seems like the one to build. As much as I love Kanisa and Rook, guys, and we finally do have Kanisa and Rook built, it seems like Vithiel is going to be the one that I'm seeing utility everywhere. The Grand Hunt, the Temple Rifts, the Treasure Scramble, Vithiel seems like he is going to be the Chad and is still proving to be being used all over, which is awesome. I found your channel because I used your Peaks of Time. Oh, thank you, Beacon. Yeah, we have guides for everything out there. Guides, most of you know, the guides are my favorite. I love doing the guides. They're the reason why I started this channel. I want Awaken Mizoth. Yeah, I would like Awaken Mizoth. That would be pretty cool. They could go with Zekus. They could go with Mizoth. Bunch of different ones, but all right, guys. So that'll do it for Sunday's live stream. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Feeling a little better with the tea. Feeling a little better. I give it a couple more days. Tomorrow we're actually off work, which is perfect. Fingers crossed that I'm feeling a lot better. But again, thank you for joining me. You brought the streamer luck. I'm super, super impressed with the luck that we got today, guys. We got a double single pull of the Awakened version of Talene. which is phenomenal, getting her up to that ascended level, guys. We're going to continue to build her out. We got to add a star on her. We need, what, 2 more copies at this point, and she will be done. So, all right, guys. So, again, that'll do it for today's live stream. Got quite a bit coming up. Going to cover the Isle of Gold in just a little bit over on the test server. They made some changes, which I'm not too impressed with. But overall, guys, again, we're getting up to 30,000 subscribers. I believe I'm just short of 29K right now, which is insane. Have a good day. Thank you guys for joining me for the stream. And as always, thank you guys for watching.